Of Dominos, the latest fast food franchise to enter the country. It comes as around 100 franchise stores showcased different products at the launch of the International Franchise and Entrepreneurial Expo that was at the Sandton Convention Centurion today. The franchise industry is one of the sectors that government is targeting to implement the Jobs Fund. It is seen as a very key creator of jobs. Well, to discuss, we're now joined by the incoming chairman of the Franchise Association of South Africa, and he's also a Pick n Pay franchisee. That's John Baladakis. Great to have you with us,
yes,
John. Each franchise I've heard, if you look at an aggregate, maybe 10 to 20 jobs. Is that too high?
Yes, depending on the size of the franchise. If you're looking at bigger format franchises like the industry, I'm in the supermarket industry, you're probably looking more between 50 and 100.
That's an incredible leap, and it is a more stable form of job creation. I believe that was discussed today because we know specifically with small business owners, there's a lot of crashing and burning pretty soon. Does that structure around a franchise help?
Sure, absolutely, because you're getting a trialed and tested formula within a franchise. So the risk of failure of the entrepreneur when he or she starts a business is a lot less.
What is your experience at Pick n Pay? Because government is looking at this, thinking of giving a lot of development funds to new would-be franchise owners. Is it very difficult?
Look, I think it depends what industry you're in, and I think it depends how the risk portfolios of the banks view that industry. But in general, if you've got a trial and tested franchise backing you, those specific franchisors have already got financing models in place. And provided that you fit in within those models, it's very easy to get the finance. As they would say, as long as you're the right jockey and you've got your seed capital, it's not so difficult. And you need to have a bit of an entrepreneurial flair, I suppose.
Well, that's interesting because there's been a debate. Is franchising or owning a franchise similar to being an entrepreneur? Some people say no because there's not that innovation. What do you think? Can you still be innovative?
Well, I think absolutely. And speaking from my experience, without a doubt, you can be extremely innovative. And provided, what franchising really does, it gives you the box to run around in, and provided you're running around within those clear-cut lines, you can be as entrepreneurial and as innovative as you want. And I suppose when you're starting up, you want that structure within the franchise that you're busy operating. You need to have that structure so that you can get up. You need to rely on your franchisor to give you the right backup. You need to be able to rely on the trial and tested practices that they've got. Once that's up and running, a year or two within your franchise, maybe even 3, depending on what type of franchisee you are, you can then start to progress and become a little bit more innovative within your own business. But absolutely, I think franchising and different types of franchising models do allow for a lot of entrepreneurial flair.
We were talking earlier about Dominos coming in, Burger King, so international franchise groups are coming in, possibly creating jobs, but there's also this huge competition that can wipe out other franchise owners, even whole chains. So is it a development we should welcome?
Look, I think that within South Africa, whether we like it or not, at some stage the world's going to start entering Africa and start entering South Africa in a big way. I think we're moving towards a more developed economy within South Africa, and I think it will be crazy if we think that we're going to be able to protect ourselves by just closing and creating barriers to trade within South Africa.
And of course, Woolies going to Australia, so
correct.
we're also branching out.
So we need to, as South African business people, make sure that we become world class, that we're able to compete, and I think that it's going to do us a lot of good rather than create any serious defaults within the franchising industry. I think it's just going to sharpen us and make us a lot better at what we do, and allow us to be able to enter the rest of the world market from South Africa and specifically into Africa.
Oh, I really hope you're right, and thank you for your time this evening. That was the incoming chair of the Franchise Association of South Africa, John Baladakis.